Hello and welcome to the Roboboots Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Hanley, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Jason Church.
Hey, Empire. It's Jason here. We bring you the latest and greatest in Morrowind tips and tricks.
Hashtag YOLO swag. Every time I'm saying that, I'm just joking. I know it's kind of like a douchebag, but I only go for the backstabs if it's justified.
Hey, Empire.
So this is the fourth SuperRoboPlay podcast and the 115th or something, 16th.
We should just start over again. We're starting from scratch.
We did already.
I know. I'm saying let's just count those numbers.
I'm saying 4, and I'm saying 116.
No, it's 4. That's it. This is the fourth podcast we've ever done.
I don't want to lose 100 episodes of the podcast and have to get caught up to that again in another 2 years.
Yeah.
But no, we've been putting them up on SuperRoboPlay, so you can check those out every Saturday. But they're both like kind of synced up.
We've gotten pretty good now, and if anything, this keeps us on track.
Yes,
because we get
that was the point.
Yeah, we'd get really out of sync with doing these weekly because it's hard. But no, this is a good reason, and I've been thinking because we had some people last week saying it's like they'd want the video podcast, and I've been sort of rolling in my head trying to figure out, it's not a phrase, rolling around at the speed of sound
in my head.
Just the ideas of like how to get that set up, and I think we still should wait until I have my new place because it'd just be much easier. But
countdown, 7 more episodes.
7 episodes. Do you want to like turn up the volume a bit? Feels like a little quiet. There we go, that's better. But yeah, just getting that set up so we can have like a video thing, and I think we can go get like a cheap flip cam or something. I just want to be able to plug it into the PC directly or the MacBook directly and have it record directly to the computer. So it's like, I think we're going to do that, guys. There are things
that are even better than flip videos.
I'm sure. Yeah. I haven't looked at cameras in so long. I can't imagine what exists out there now.
And there must be a way to like software hack the 70 so it keeps going. The only thing is like it's battery or heat, but I
think it's battery and heat because it can do that. It can record directly to your PC. Yeah. Technical camera stuff. It was funny actually. I was telling you how I was thinking of putting the video up on VR, and one of the things.
The 100th episode.
Yes, our 100th NES episode.
We're gonna try to promote it a little bit on 4chan.
But someone had a thread going talking about like microphones and stuff and Let's Plays, and it's like, well, I think I should do me here. I think I want to get to Let's Plays, and I was wondering what kind of mics I should get, and I was trying to give him suggestions because.
So I want to interrupt just for a second.
Yeah.
If you're wondering who we're doing an impression of, it's our favorite YouTuber, youtube.com/TombstoneHD. By far and above the best Dark Souls Let's Player on YouTube. So make sure to check out his cool Morrowind Let's Play. It's an hour long. It's really entertaining. He's modded out his Morrowind, and it plays at a smooth 9 frames per second. I'm fucking serious. It's 9 frames per second. Morrowind, a game that's 10 years old.
But no, people were just like ragging on this guy, being like, you should fucking do Let's Plays. Let's Plays are overdone, blah, blah, blah. It's like, guys, he's just asking about microphones. I was giving him suggestions. I'm like, I use the Shure PG27, I think, and you have the H4n. And it's like, here's a video, and it's like examples of that, and people were just like, not bashing us, but bashing the whole thing in general of like, why would you spend money on this sort of thing? It's like, oh, well, we did like videos and filming, so we needed these like multi-purpose microphones beforehand, and just
Zoom H4n is like the best investment. I got this 3 years ago, and I'm still using it, and you can use it to. It's portable. You can do lots of stuff with it.
Yeah.
The Zoom H6n though, I showed you that with the replaceable heads. It's like, oh, that's gorgeous looking. Yeah. So much nicer than this.
It's like if the channel ever does take off, I'd love to invest in some like better tech. Like
slowly climbing.
We should like every time we get money, just save it away. Just save it away and put it in a little like pocket thing.
Pocket thing.
I like a pocket thing, you know?
Oh, Polly Pocket.
Yeah, we put it in our Polly Pocket.
What was the male equivalent to Polly Pocket? That like Max or something? You know what I'm talking about? Polly Pocket, you had these little things that popped open.
Yeah.
And little dolls, but there was like a guy like with like shorts and a
I remember like
hat.
little cars.
No.
I don't remember. Or like
if you know what it is, comment below or email roboboots.com. Tell them to give us that domain.
We should like I feel like it's been 4+ years since we bought that domain.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably figure out how to like reinvest in that and transfer that over to something else. Just have it redirect to like our YouTube channel. Why have we never done that?
I don't know.
Why have we never?
I don't know, Jason.
How did we never? I just
don't-
thought of that now. Why have we never done that?
I'm pretty sure I've suggested that before.
No, you've said let's make a Tumblr or something.
That's fine too.
Huh.
I had a domain for a while, then
Yeah.
I had that just reroute to my Tumblr. So that's what I was doing. So, and I was thinking about doing that again because I changed what my Tumblr domain was. I told you about that. I didn't talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
My Tumblr username has changed, but Alex Hanley still redirects to it.
it.
So I still use Alex Hanley. I just redirects to the other thing.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get, and I don't want to say the domain that I wanted to get. I don't even want to talk about it now because somebody else will get it.
Sounds like you're getting a little scared.
Well, no, I'm afraid that GoDaddy is going to buy it themselves.
Yes.
And because it's
Yeah,
like
you were telling me about
the
this.
moment you search for something, it's like it gets sent somewhere where somebody buys it.
Well, because it doesn't cost them anything.
Yeah.
It costs them nothing.
Yeah.
It just costs. Ugh, yeah. Just
So
stupid.
now I'm afraid that it's
Fuck
gone.
GoDaddy.
Yeah.
I'm saying it here. If they ever want to do a sponsor, fuck you.
I had $8 in-store credit with them.
Mm-hmm.
But the domain was $10
$9.99 or something.
No, $9.99 or $10. But you can put in like codes. There's like codes everywhere to lower it down.
Yeah.
But they don't let you use the in-store credit if codes are being applied.
So dumb. Ugh, fuck.
And you can't. There's like you can't mix in-store credit with other stuff, and
It's a whole scam. It really is. GoDaddy is just a huge scam. When we tried to buy domains and stuff off of it, it would always like immediately. Our whole issue. We tried to get Roboboots.com years ago, and it was being domain sat by someone. Someone had it, they weren't using it, so we went through GoDaddy because they had a thing of like, hey, give us $100 and we'll like work it out for you. We'll get the domain for you. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool, you know. So we gave them $100, and they're like, okay, so yeah, he wants $5,000 for the domain. It's like, motherfucker,
we could have figured that out.
we know that.
You
What?
were supposed to handle it.
Why did we pay you $100 for this? What was the point? And literally, it's just like, oh, our service is actually, we just talk to them for you. It's like, why would we need that? Why would anyone need someone to mediate this? You
Yeah.
didn't do a good job. $5,000? What?
Well, it's like I don't know who is gonna purchase that. Like
No
we're
one.
not. We're the only person. Like that thing was, like our thing started trending or whatever, and then they got the Roboboots.com domain. Like it wasn't something that they had prior to us.
Yeah.
It was like the Google trends of it started going up. What are you doing right now?
I'm looking up SuperRoboPlay.com.
Oh well, I don't know. now we're getting to weird domain talk, and I don't want someone else to get that. Nobody has that right now, but someone could, and we'll lose it, and I won't fucking care. Because having a domain isn't that important.
Yeah, SuperRoboPlay.com is available for $10.99, but that's the thing. It's like domains have sort of gone, like, nobody really cares about them anymore.
Yeah, the only reason you'd have that is, again, just to have it linked back to the thing, so you could just be like, oh, it's SuperRoboPlay.com.
Have good, like, SEO, like, searchability, but
I suppose, which is an important thing.
It is.
Which, like, ours is finally sort of taking off. Because I think it still might be the way, but if you search Super RoboPlay, it'll be like, did you mean Super RoboPlay or Super Robot Play?
And it will still auto show those results, which bugs me, but it's like
that'll change with time
eventually. And that's why I'm not sure if you noticed, but in all of the videos I went back, or most of them, and I start putting in Super RoboPlay as separate things. I also made it so that does it automatically now, because I'm like, well, people may search that as like separate terms rather than all one long word. So yeah, SEO stuff, nightmare to deal with, not fun.
Although I love the name, it's better to have like a shorter name.
That's why I like SRP.
Yeah.
I use that whenever I can, of just like SRP, because I like that. You know, it's short, it's sweet, it's to the point. But yeah, naming is hard. When we did the whole crafty thing, and
when I came up with my new Tumblr thing, I was like, that's perfect. It's so short.
Yeah.
And the .com was available, and
Yeah.
it was like, that's a 5-letter domain. Why has nobody snatched that up?
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's strange.
But
But it's like the Twitter for it's gone, and I think the YouTube for it's gone. Because I was like, I might as well take this everywhere, but it's taken in other places. But the
Yeah.
domain is still there.
yeah, naming stuff
now.
For now. It's weird because you see sites like Tumblr and stuff, and they start going this like, oh, we'll change the words and we'll like make it edgy and cool, and that works to a degree. But when you're like starting something out, it's like having some jumbled up word or things that don't spell properly is a nightmare to deal with.
Crafty.
Like crafty, because we weren't thinking. We're like, we saw it and we looked at it from a design aspect of like, oh, we'll have the two Y's be this like antler thing and be a remix tree. We're like, that's cool. And then yeah, sure enough, you get into the whole domain stuff, and it's like, oh, fucking hell, there's already things called crafty. When you tell someone crafty, that you have to tell them there's 2 Ys. It's just, no, get something simple. Get something simple, even if it doesn't relate to what your thing is. If you have a simple word or simple name, way easier. Way easier. I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But there's a lot of companies that do that.
I'm trying to think of something. You keep vamping.
It's like, God, what was the... No, I can't think of it. But basically companies will get, like, a word. It'll be like, sports.com, and it will go to something different. Or
oh, right. This is what it was. I was watching this Conan thing from a long time ago, and there's this guy in, like, Houston who has a mattress dealership. Like, he sells mattresses or whatever. And they make them. So it's, like, factory direct, and they sell the mattresses for super cheap. But the guy who does, like, these infomercials late at night, he, like, has, like, a chainsaw, and he's just one of these crazy infomercial guys.
Yeah.
But his, like, tagline is, "And that's a fact, Jack." And his name isn't Jack, and it's like, well, why is that your tagline? Oh, because when I bought the place, there was a big, just neon sign outside that says, "Fact." And it was either tear that down or get a new one or try to incorporate it in. So I guess we did. So
that's
a fact, Jack. So instead of saying, like,
did they add, like, a neon jack to the sign?
No, it just says fact. So it's like,
dumb.
oh, the one that says fact on it, that's where I can get the mattresses. But it's like, hey, it worked for him. He's like a millionaire or something now.
I guess that works.
He owned, like, a WNBA team. So that's when you know you've made it.
That's when you know you've made it. When you got a WNBA team, you're in. You're in, boys. What have we been doing this week?
It's bent.
Oh, it is bent. Shit, I need to fix that.
I'll fix
or
it.
I could use another one that I have.
I'll
I think I have a
fix
second
it.
one. This week, by the time you've seen this, we'll have done our second Minecraft video, and we have a new Pokemon MMO video.
Poke
MMO. But you'll see that we're doing Pixelmon in Minecraft, and
we got that Digimon world. We got that Pixelmon world. We got that Poke MMO world.
We're just, I don't know, we're evolutioning it up in this motherfucker. We're all about science, all about Darwin. Praise Darwin.
Hey, Levolution.
Levolution, man. I was watching, for whatever reason, intros to old, like, TV shows. And I was watching the Digimon intro, like, Digimon, Digital Monster. And I realized that whole intro spoils, like, all the evolutions and stuff. They go from, like, the little rookie form, or no, what's the one before rookie? In training form to, like, rookie to champion. And it's like, they show everyone's. It's like, they make such a big deal about that in the first few episodes. Like, whoa, look at this guy's digivolving into this other guy.
Yeah, but they don't spoil Ultimate or Mega.
They not yet, but they do eventually in the intro once that, like, starts happening with the crests or whatever. I just thought that was really strange. It's like, why spoil the fun?
Because most people already, like, knew it.
I guess.
Because the little toys were already a thing.
Yeah, I didn't have them though.
Yeah,
the TV show was
same thing as Pokemon.
Yeah, but Pokemon takes forever to, like. Ash never fucking evolves as Pokemon ever.
And the Digimon was, like, kind of like a cheaper show, but also, like, the Digit devices things that you could buy, those were way cheaper than, like, getting a Game Boy and getting the game.
Yeah,
there was only $20 to get one of those things.
Yeah.
Because I had, like, 6
I know, that's what you were talking about. You had 6 of them. I had none. I could never find them.
I had an orange one, a green one, a purple one, and these are the ones that were shaped, like, from the first season.
Were there, yeah.
Big, I don't know how to describe that shape. Spit out gum shape.
It's I don't know.
But then they had the second season where they're, like, shaped like, I don't know. Again, they're shaped like a pork chop.
It was shaped like a pork chop. Yeah. It was
shaped like South America.
Yeah, but round.
Yeah, but I had one of those ones as well.
Did you?
One, oh no, sorry, I had 2. I had a blue one and a red one.
I might need to close the window. People are doing, like, construction. And it might pick it up.
Whatever.
Or it's nice ambience. Maybe you guys like the construction noise.
So I had 2 of those, and it was funny because the whole thing worked was, like, you could connect to somebody else's and battle them.
Yeah, that's like in the Digimon World video game that shows them connecting.
Yeah, and that's why you wanted to have more than one, so you could, like, do stuff like that with
train yourself.
Yeah, you could fight, but there was other stuff you could do with other than fighting. But for the second one, it was like you could fuck with them in a way where you could have, like, the first generation ones work with the second one.
And it's like, this isn't supposed to happen, but it works.
It's too long ago for me to remember, but there was definitely, like, a way you could do it that it wasn't supposed to, but you could kind of, like, fuck with them in a way where it would work.
Get in there. Come on, get in there.
Because they had like the second generation of Digimon in the second one, but
Yeah.
those were nifty.
With David.
Davis.
Is it Davis?
Yeah.
Right, Davis.
Yeah.
No, the reason I was thinking about that is that at the Anime Con last week, a vendor was selling them. I was so tempted to pick one up because I never had one. We were just talking about them, but they were like asking $40 or $50 for them, and they were the original like square ones, like they show in Digimon World.
Those ones are better.
Were they?
Yeah, better than the other ones.
Yeah.
The other ones were like the American ones. Those ones were the Japanese
ones, yeah.
Which had more evolutions and were like a better Tamagotchi.
Yeah. So I was going to, but I was like,
the newer ones were more sort of inspired by the Pikachu one.
Oh, the shaking. Yeah. No, I was going to get it, but it's like, what am I going to do with this? I'm going to play it for like 5 minutes, realize I have no one to connect with, and then throw it out.
I think the original square ones, there's no shaking mechanic, but the other ones have both shaking mechanics, which is meant to be like a ripoff of the Pikachu thing.
Yeah.
But the first one was just a better like Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
I never had one of those ones. Those are the ones you could only get at like Richmond Night Market and stuff.
Yeah. Fun though. Fun times.
Being a kid?
Yeah, being a kid. I remember my grandfather gave me the Pikachu one, where you shake, like you had to shake it, and I was so excited because it was like, oh, finally I have like a Tamagotchi or something. And not to be like a spoiled brat, but you get it and you're like, I can't fucking do anything with this guy. Pikachu doesn't want to evolve. There's no other Pokemon, it's just Pikachu. It's like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? So it's like I'd play with it, and then it just got boring, because
and they came out with a second generation one.
They did,
and that one could mystery gift.
Yeah, it could, to the Game Boy Color version that had the little like infrared on it. I never got to do that.
You could get special gifts. One of the kids at school had it, and he'd bring it, and people basically after like you weren't allowed to bring your Pokemon or your Game Boy to school.
Yeah.
But we'd keep it in our backpacks, and then after school, we'd all mystery gift with each other in gold and silver.
Yeah, I didn't know anyone who had one.
Yeah, so like there'd be like 5 of us, and we could all mystery gift once with each other.
Yeah.
And then we'd all get cool stuff. So it's like, and the key was like trying to get like, there's like a Lapras plush, and then there's a Snorlax plush.
Yeah.
Those are the best ones you can get.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to do shit like that.
Good times, you know? I feel like they do that stuff now, but it's, I don't know, it's at the forefront of the Pokemon experience, and it doesn't feel as fun.
I don't know, it's weird. Like, you look at what they're doing with Animal Crossing, it's like, why isn't Pokemon more like that?
Animal Crossing is, man, I had such a good time at the Anime Con, because it's like the con, whatever. The real importance, though, so many street passes, so many houses that are now in my Animal Crossing town that I can go to, and you can buy things from other people's houses. So I have like 40 houses that I can go through and be like, I want this, I want this, I want this. It's like, beautiful. I can get furniture that way, and it's like, yeah, I know Pokemon's gonna fuck it up, though. Like, they're not gonna do it right. They don't know what they're doing anymore.
They don't give a shit.
They don't give a shit whatsoever. Why would they implement a feature when they can implement it in the Platinum version or whatever, the Z version or whatever it's gonna be? I don't
know if they do that. They didn't do that for last generation.
Oh yeah, they had the sequel. They had, and even then, it's like, what did those games even add? I don't know.
A new form, new stuff. I don't know.
Fuck new forms. I'm sick of new forms.
Two Pokemon games now that I'm not going to play. Like, I'm going to skip this entire gen because I'm not going to buy a 3DS just for it.
No, there's no point. It's like, I have my 3DS, so it's like, I guess I'll play it, but I'm definitely not as excited anymore. It's
well, like, I don't know. It will come again. Like, you take a little bit of time off, and then they'll come up with something new. Like, I just don't want to support it. I don't want to support a new thing if it's gonna like not be what I want.
Well, it's like what we were saying, how there's PokeMMO, and how it's like, no, this is so much fun.
Yeah,
it's just like, this is such a different experience. Like, it's really enjoyable, and how I feel like Pokemon, like Game Freak, keeps putting out these new experiences, but they just feel really tacky. And I that's probably because we've been playing these games for so long now.
They refuse to grow up with us. Like, if you look at a company like Naughty Dog, generations ago, they were doing Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah.
And then they did Jack.
Which was like edgy. That was like, Jack was like a very teenage sort of game. It was like,
he was like a fucking moody teenager.
The first one is like, he's this mute. It's sort of like, this is still Crash Bandicoot. The second one, I'm not sure if you've ever played the games.
No.
Basically what happens...
Well, I played the first one.
Yeah, basically the first one is just sort of like, oh, go collect things. There's this funny little timeline. And then you get sucked into the future, and they like experiment on Jack. And he gets fucking like, hey, the world's a really fucked up place. fuck everyone, and it gets really like, whoa, this is kind of moody. And then they progress it to Uncharted, which is like realistic. And
like Uncharted is still like whatever, but then The Last of Us, where it's like, this is a game for adults.
Yeah,
this is not a game for kids.
No, and it's just like, that's cool. They're people, like, kids can still enjoy The Last of Us.
It's weird how much there's talk of violence in BioShock Infinite.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anybody be like, "Oh, Last of Us is really violent."
I heard it's so realistic, though.
It is the most violent game I think I've ever played.
Yeah.
It is so like, okay, that's really gruesome.
Yeah. Wonder what? Probably because people talked about it to death with BioShock, that they're sort of just.
Or I don't know. It's like people didn't expect it from BioShock, but there was like a lot of talk like, "Oh, I wish it wasn't so violent," or "It's really violent." I don't hear anybody say that about Last of Us. Where there are things in, like, if people will remember from, like, the trailer that they showed at E3, like, a year or two ago or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Where Ellie throws a brick at the guy's face, and then he grabs the guy's face and just slams it into the thing.
Yeah.
And his face is, like, gone, and that guy's dead. Oh, yeah, you do that to, like, everybody. And that's just, like, one of many ways to kill people.
Well, it's like, it's realistic violence.
Yeah.
And I guess people were expecting that. They were sort of more prepared of, like, no, this world is, like, real and gritty. Where BioShock... The complaint was that the world was so, like, colorful and bright and fun.
Yeah, and people wanted it to stay that way. And they were like, oh, and then when the violence happened, I was really sort of pulled out of it. It's like, that was the point, dummy. Yeah, it was meant to be jarring. It's meant to be this, like, idyllic place that is really fucked up.
Yeah. But people don't understand that.
There's this disgusting underside. And it's meant to be this parallel to our own society. Our own society.
Where it's
like, everything looks so normal, but there's all this stuff that's going on underneath the surface that is so terrible.
Such a good game.
Yeah, BioShock Infinite is fantastic. There's this is not a spoiler. I'm not going to do a Bernie or Gus thing where it's like, oh, this is not a spoiler, but I spoil something
here's
huge.
A big spoiler. It's like, fuck you. It wasn't even Gus. It's just Bernie.
There's just like one. It's not even like a moment. It's just something that happens. I don't know if it's going to happen for everybody, but there's like these guys talking. These bad guys, and they're just talking about how they want to fix up the projector and they want to play some movies. Like they want to, hey, why don't we get the projector fixed up and we'll play some movies? And they're all talking about that, and I'm sitting there just like. Oh, I'm gonna have to kill all of you guys. But this, like, these are regular people.
They're just other people trying to get by.
Yeah, and it's like, here I am, and I have a bomb in my hand, and it's like, I'm gonna have to kill all of you. So, let's roll that.
But secretly, it's like, I could go for a movie.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, this is really sad. And it's like, these guys, it's like, it just, they kill me or I kill them. But yeah, just they're talking about fixing up the projector so they can watch the movies. And the other guy's like, no, you guys have been talking about that forever. That's never gonna happen. It's like, yeah, it's never gonna happen. Roll a bomb down there.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ, Gavin.
Jesus Christ.
What are you on about? What are you on about?
Rolling a bomb in there.
But that game is a lot of fun. I've been playing that.
No, I went downstairs last night and it was like midnight. I was like, I could start this now. But it's like I was already so tired. It's like I don't want to play for like 20 minutes.
The first 10 minutes of that game is like on par with any other game ever.
Yeah.
And you'll play that and you'll just get hooked.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I can't be up till 3 a.m. playing this.
Yeah, I've been playing it sort of on and off for like a week. It's like I just don't want to blow through it. I want to enjoy it. So I was playing it for, I don't know, like 2 hours this morning. And it tells you the percentage that you're through anytime you save.
I don't like that.
Well, that's fine.
Because then I'm constantly in my head, I'm like, well, here's the point where it's getting close to the end, and here's like the denouement.
You think that anyways, like just by how much you put into it. But yeah, I'm like 45% of the way through the game, and boy, the I can't listen to the patch, Rooster Teeth's thing, and I can't the Rooster Teeth podcast as well. Mm-hmm. They will openly. It's just like what the. It
comes
fuck,
out of nowhere
guys?
Too.
Yeah, it's like they'll just like. They'll be talking about something else, and then Bernie will just go, well, actually, it reminds me of The Last of Us. It's like,
which is so weird because they're so on point to not talk about, like, Game of Thrones spoilers. And as soon as anyone brings it up, they're like, shut the fuck up, shut the... It's just like, why don't you do that for game? And it's like, is this because this is a PS3 game and you just don't care? It's like, to be fair, their audience is mostly Xbox players, so maybe they just don't care about that.
Well, they're like, oh, we're not going to spoil it. And then they say... Because they were talking about the ending for Assassin's Creed 2, and they're careful not to spoil that either.
Yeah.
They're like... Well, the ending of Assassin's Creed 2 and the Ezio storyline reminds me of Last of Us because no. It's like, what the fuck? Don't talk about this. They're like strange. 3 or 4 times, and it's like, luckily, I don't know how the story is going to play out.
Yeah.
But I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I can see the replay value in it. And it's like, I feel like for a while I had been talking about how I wanted to play a game that placed a bigger emphasis on like the importance of like bullets and guns,
like management.
I feel like I'd been talking about that like a few years ago, like talking to like Seafire on PS3 or something.
Yeah.
About like, this is how you do like a good Silent Hill game. And I remember like
sort of like Resident Evil 4 or something, like how
like literally like what The Last of Us is doing, that I was saying like I want a Silent Hill game where it's like you only have 4 or 5 bullets and each bullet counts.
Yeah.
And that's what The Last of Us is doing.
I know I'm gonna keep missing. Fuck.
Yeah, and it's there'll be times where it's like I have the shotgun and I have 4 bullets left in it.
Yeah.
And usually the shotgun is good for like one shot kill.
Yeah.
And you'll shoot a guy. Oh, it's still alive.
What?
Shoot a guy. Oh, and there are all 4 bullets, and somehow you're still alive.
Well, that doesn't seem right.
It's because like from a certain distance, it's all buckshot, so it's not killing him.
It's just sort of like
he's too far away, and it's like fucking.
You're used to like other games giving you like more leeway in terms of.
It's hard to tell how far that is, because it's like
we
other
need the
times,
Oculus Rift, bro.
Other times they'll be right there, and it's one shot kill. But yeah, my favorite weapon in that is probably the rifle.
The rifle. Like a hunting rifle?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can upgrade it to get a scope as well.
Can I have a chainsaw attached to like a broomstick?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm serious, you can.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
Don't
you
toy
can
with
upgrade your melee weapons. So you can take a baseball bat,
yeah,
and then tape like
nails to it,
like a knife to it. You can craft knives, like shivs they call them.
Yeah.
From just you find like scissors, you can make a shiv from that.
Yeah.
You can tape that to like a baseball bat or a pipe.
Yeah.
And they're more deadly like that.
Brutal.
But it's eerie how much it sort of reminds me of the first Silent Hill game. Just like a much better sort of HD take on it.
Yeah.
Without
all the spooky dooky sort of stuff.
Well, it's really scary. But there's no occult stuff. There's no this is what's happening. Silent Hill. There's none of that. But no, there is stuff that is like on par with Silent Hill in terms of.
Fuck, dude, I don't want to deal with scary things.
And like you'll go one way where it's like and then you go other way where it's like this is fucking. Yeah, there's some parts where it's really. It doesn't scare me, but it's like the stakes are very high. Yeah, game of the year.
So we'll probably be talking more about that maybe in the weeks to come once we've both beaten it. Give you guys a chance to play it. We were thinking of possibly doing some like Last of Us stuff.
The multiplayer is called Factions, and I haven't played it yet, but it's like there's this whole emphasis on like building up your faction.
Well, that's the thing. There's not augmented reality, but there is auxiliary stuff to like you play the multiplayer stuff, and then it sort of carries into the overall scope of multiplayer. Like, you can earn things, you can bring people into your factions.
There's a trophy for getting, like, 40 people in your faction.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not that you actually have those 40 people that you can play with. It's something weird. I only know, like, cursory knowledge of it. But it sounds interesting. And I was hearing people say that they actually do a really good job of bringing that same sense of, like, not scary.
Who said that.
Yeah, how, the single player stuff carries over well to the multiplayer stuff, which is sort of different in something like Uncharted.
Well, I hope it's nothing like Uncharted, because Uncharted is just full on monkey mode craziness.
It was just like
and if
silliness.
People are high level, they're unstoppable. They're unkillable.
Yeah.
But in this, it's like I hope multiplayer seems like if it's anything like the real stuff, it's like I have 3 bullets in this gun, and once those are out, I'm kind of fucked.
Yeah. And there's a few different like modes you can play and stuff. But it looks interesting, especially if we can get Adam to play with us, because I think it's max 3 people on a team.
I think it's 5 versus 5.
Is it 5 versus 5? I think it's 3.
Could be different modes.
Yeah, it might be different modes. But that looks really fun.
And it's so satisfying when you get those headshots, because it's like, and it's satisfying on Uncharted, 'cause it's like, that guy's taken care of. But in Last of Us,
noise or whatever.
In Last of Us, the icon changes when you do a headshot. It just has like these little dots in it where it's like that's a critical shot. Then they're dead. But there are times because it's like bullets are so scarce that you get that headshot and they're dead. It's like fucking thank God. Yeah. Otherwise, it's like I'm out of bullets and I'm scared now.
Now I need to run at you with my fists.
No, you have to like sort of hide and just wait for them to like you have to take them out like one by one after that.
Like stealth mode.
But you get later on, it's like you have such a variety of weapons and a variety of things to do. It's kind of like BioShock, where it's like you can take them out a number of different ways.
So you get pants, and the pants give you upgrades.
Yes.
Oh, really?
They have that.
Oh, cool.
Just kidding.
Oh, damn it.
There are upgrades, and you actually...
But not pants.
Not pants, pills. You can get pills and upgrade certain things, and they're working.
Ellie's just like, Joel, stop taking these pills.
I can't do it.
I gotta take them, Ellie.
This is over, Ellie. Spoilers. That's not a spoiler. I just made that up.
Okay.
But yeah, and there's upgrades you can do to your weapons. So you can pick up these like parts and then upgrade certain things.
Yeah.
And I recommend everybody just upgrade holsters. Get holsters first.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Makes it very easy. They're the most expensive thing. They cost $75. And the first time I went to Workbench, I had like 160. And I was like, what's the most expensive? Guess I'll get these.
Yeah.
And then you get them, and it's like, game's way easier. Otherwise, it's like, you have to take your bow and arrow. And
there's a bow and arrow?
Yeah.
Bow and arrows and everything now. What is going on?
At first, I was like, I can't. I fucking hate this. And then you upgrade it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just out of the hope that, maybe this will make it better.
And you realize, it does. Now I'm the sniper from Team Fortress 2.
You don't get enough arrows to
Here's
ever
a jar of piss.
Yeah. Boom. You never get enough arrows that makes it sort of like a valuable thing.
Yeah.
But there are enough moments where it's like, it's quiet. That's the benefit, that if you use a gun, everybody hears you and they come running for you.
Yeah.
But if you get the bow and arrow, it's like... And also, it's like usually a one-hit kill no matter where you get them.
Why is that? Why are bow and arrows more powerful than bullets?
Because they're gigantic, and it's like, I guess the idea, it's not everywhere, but it's like if you kind of get them in the chest, it's an instant kill, because it's like, it's stuck right through you. But I got one guy in the throat, and it's like, I'm pretty sure I heard him gargling as he died. It was pretty satisfying.
Gross.
It's just like, I got one guy, and another guy, and another guy. I'm like, damn. I still have like 3 arrows left.
Can you go get the arrows back from them?
Sometimes they'll break, sometimes they won't.
Oh, that's cool.
And usually if you miss, they'll hit something and they'll break. But sometimes if it's like a clean thing through them, you can get them back.
You just gotta sort of weasel it out of their gut.
And it's a lot of fun. I'm about halfway through. So I recommend everybody who has a PS3, why not get it? It's really fun.
Everyone's been talking about it.
And there's 3 DLCs that are coming out for it too.
You know what I just heard also? The BioShock DLC is finally being announced mid to end of July or something. It's like, that game's been out for so long. And it's weird how I've never really been concerned about like, day one DLC. It's like, no, that's just more content, whatever. But for it to have been so long now, it's like, to go back to BioShock, it's like, I don't really care anymore.
I don't know. It's hard to say what the right amount of time was. And I saw Ken talking about it, Base Ken, and he was saying like, either we could have made content in advance and had it come out, day one or a month later, or we can take the time it'll take to make a good DLC for you guys, and that's what we did. So 3 months, and it's not that bad.
No, it's not. It feels way longer, and I think it's just because of like E3. All the PS4, Xbox One stuff has come out in that time. It's
like I still have Infinite on my hard drive, and I'll see what the DLC's like.
Oh yeah, I think so do I actually.
Yeah, so I'll play it when it comes out.
Yeah. Gotta get that.
Gotta get that boom, boom, boom. Gotta get that boom, booger.
We also started playing our Demon Souls co-op playthrough this week, which is fun. I've been meaning to go back and play that because I need to catch up my character now.
It's fun just to watch how I play it and succeed.
Yeah. I was watching back. It's a fun episode actually, watching that back. Because it's so silly the way you're playing. You're rolling so much. You're constantly. I didn't realize that when we were playing it. Yeah. But you're just rolling around constantly and nearly dying all the time.
Oh, and that's just the first episode.
I know, and it's like it only gets worse.
Oh yeah. I still haven't. I don't want to spoil.
We don't want to spoil it, but so if you haven't watched that, we're playing through Demon Souls, but we're doing it co-op. The first episode is just Alex because you need to do that in Demon Souls before. But
every other episode after that is co-op, and I think the entire thing will be co-op.
Yes,
it'll get hairier as we go along because it's like if somebody dies, then what?
Network disconnections again.
Something like that. Again, don't want to spoil any future episodes, but
it was fun.
Yeah.
There's definitely playing those games, Demon Souls and Dark Souls. not only co-op, but with people that are in the same room as you, it completely changes the dynamics of the game for the better.
Our good friend Tombstone HD in his latest Dark Souls video was saying how Demon Souls is network.
Your voice.
Demon Souls is network based, but Dark Souls is. Well, I was thinking if they wanted to fix Dark Souls and they wanted to make it more like Demon Souls multiplayer, they should make it player to player. So, and I was just wondering if you guys think that if Dark Souls, if they wanted to fix it for the second one, if they made it player to player, that would maybe fix it. And it's like, well, no, you big fucking idiot.
You got it backwards. Demon Souls and Dark Souls 2 is server based.
Yeah. And it's like, I went on like one of my side accounts to comment that, saying, well, no, Demon Souls is server based. Dark Souls is player to player, P2P.
Yeah.
And Dark Souls 2 will be server based.
Yeah. And
he decided to argue with me,
claiming
that he was right. It isn't. He's like,
no.
He's like, even Epic Name Bro said it. When?
He didn't.
That's on the source. Obama said that it is. I guess I win.
I guess I win now, guys.
And then he deleted
Fucking
the entire
dummy.
comment thing. He's like, well, yeah, but I was playing the Atlas version, so that's why it was. What do you mean?
What?
I was like, they're all Atlas versions. He's like, no, you're the fucking idiot. Namco Bandai.
That's Dark Souls.
No, Namco Bandai did it for Australia and Europe. They brought the game there. Because Atlas didn't publish there.
Still all the same servers.
But yeah, and you didn't play the Australian or the European version. And it's like Japan and North America were both Atlas. It's like, yeah, you must have played the Atlas version. It's like, you played the Atlas version. You didn't play the Australian version.
The publisher doesn't change anything.
Yeah, it's still servers. Just nonsense. Just people that are so willfully stupid and just like, it's like, you're wrong. If you just look, it's like,
but hey, if you want to go see great Dark Souls videos, Tombstone HD, our good friend on YouTube, check him out.
Someone was arguing with me about Pokemon MMO about how, not even like 70% of the moves aren't even implemented.
What does that mean?
Most of the Pokemon don't even have their evolutions. I was like, I don't know when the last time you played the game was, but all the Pokemon have their evolutions.
Not all the Pokemon are in.
Yeah, all the Pokemon have their evolutions, and I only can think of a handful of moves that aren't fully implemented yet. And he was like, and that was in like June 24th that I said that. Yeah. And then like today he replied to me, and he was like, well, instead of me just saying a bunch of numbers, maybe you should click on this link and see that, I'm right and you're wrong. I click on the link. Yeah, this is for Pokemon World Online.
What?
I don't know what the fuck this is. This is not what I'm talking about. My first comment says Pokemon. Yeah. And he was like, oh, blah, blah, blah.
Isn't Pokemon World Online the 3D game?
Pokemon? No. That's Pokemon 3D. Pokemon World Online is like some just battling thing. Okay. Some entirely different thing, but with like original Pokemon as well. Like people created Pokemon.
Okay.
But there was just like a list of moves that hadn't been implemented yet, mostly from 4th and 5th gen moves. But it was like, yeah, this is not what I'm fucking talking about.
A dummy.
Yeah, and he was just the fact he was so confident, like, oh yeah, we'll read this, and that'll teach you.
Hey,
it's not what I'm talking about.
Maybe this is what I'm talking, and I am right because I know everything about there is to know of Pokemon, and you don't. Know.
It's like I've said things in my Dark Souls videos that haven't been right.
Yeah. And
people in the comments will be like, oh, that's not right, and I'll be like, oh, right, yeah, I'll immediately go back on it. I'm not going to stick by it if it's not right.
Yeah.
Like in the thing where I was saying that Grant wasn't a guaranteed drop or something like that. In one of the videos, I was like, oh, it wasn't showing up for me. It's like, it's not a guaranteed drop. But it is a guaranteed drop. Oh. Somebody corrected me on that. The problem was I was killing Leroy by kicking him off. He doesn't drop it if you do that. Because Lautrec will. Lautrec, if you kick him off, his stuff will still show up.
Yeah.
So I corrected myself on that. There's an annotation in the video saying I corrected myself. And I still get people going like, oh, but the grant is a guaranteed drop.
People have annotations.
Yeah, and I was like, I replied to them. I was like, I corrected that in an annotation. People like, oh, okay. But it's like, I'm not going to stick by it and be like, oh, it is.
Actually, it is.
It is not a guaranteed drop, actually. It's like, well, no.
It didn't happen to me, so that means I am right.
And there's another thing about dex and casting speed for pyromancy, and then I go back on that as well.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to stick by it if it's wrong.
Oh, people. That's what I was telling you. People are so willfully ignorant of, like, they choose to not learn things because it's easier. It's just easier to think you're right and then to convince yourself that you're right. And you do that for so long that you're like, well, of course I'm right. It's just like people with how they create fake memories. It's easier rather than taking the time to learn it.
Talking to my dad about like tea. Tea has caffeine in it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, but it's non-active caffeine. I was like,
non-active caffeine.
I was like, what? I'm like, well, no, it has caffeine in it. It's like,
you can get like decaffeinated tea.
And I'm like, what is he talking about? I Google non-active caffeine. And I come back to him. I'm like, that's not a thing. Like that's nothing. That's something you've made up. Like there is caffeine in it. It's not as much as there is in coffee, but there is caffeine in tea.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh well, it's never had like any effect on me. It's like
well, it's different then. Yeah, some people aren't affected by caffeine.
Well, it's like because you're used to drinking coffee, but there is caffeine in tea.
Non-active.
Yeah, it's like it comes up with its own term. It's like, where did you hear this? And there's so many things like that, or it's like people just create things in their head where it's like, this isn't right.
That's really funny. I feel like everyone does that though. It's just whether or not you can accept, because some people will be like, oh right, I made that up, that's nothing, and other people will just be like, well no, I'm right, I'm right, you're wrong. It's just like, no, here's the Wikipedia article. Oh, it doesn't exist.
Or but you can't cite Wikipedia because people are like,
anybody
can edit Wikipedia.
But yeah, maybe 10 years ago when it first started.
Yeah.
But now it's actually more credible than the Britannia blah blah blah.
The Britannia blah blah blah. I agree. It's more credible
than the Britannia blah blah blah.
I love Wikipedia. I spend so much of my time just reading stuff on there, even if it isn't quote unquote credible. It's like you are still learning things, and picking up useless knowledge.
Well, so many of the things that are... Yesterday I was reading about those little salamander guys, azatols? I can't remember. They look like little salamanders. They're whitish, and they have these 3 pink things. Let me pull it up.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The mudkips.
The mudkips, yeah. I was reading about them, and I started getting into all this weird like biology of amphibians and stuff, and I spent like an hour doing it. It's like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I reading this stuff? Very bizarre. It's very easy to fall down like Wikipedia wells, and then you're learning about things that won't stick, but you know, it's just weird knowledge that you'll have in the back of your head that you can pull out of your ass for a trivial game sometime in the future.
We're both looking stuff up now.
I was just gonna look up their names.
Azatols.
I don't. It's something. It's like AOZTL or something. AOZTL Mudkip. I can't find it. Whatever. It's something though, guys. Look it up.
The 7th series of Skins premiered on Monday night, and I
did.
Yeah, I watched the first episode of that, and
that was Effie, right?
Yeah, but they pull the wool over our eyes. It's a 2-part episode. It's not just one episode, so that means there'll be 6 episodes instead of 3. Each one is 2.
And they're each still an hour long.
Yeah. It was probably one of the best episodes of Skins they've done.
Now, who do they have directing it? Is it the guy who did all of series 3 and 4?
Different directors for each episode.
Was it?
For Skins, yeah. It's not like one director does everything. Jess Britton wrote it, and Jess Britton wrote most of Gen 6. But
did you say Gen 6?
Series 6, Gen 3. But no, it was really, really good. I thought it was really smart and really mature, and it doesn't feel like any of the other episodes.
Well, because they're older.
It's just, and there's only Effie in this episode, Effie and Naomi, who are roommates. Yeah, it's about her and her involvement in like the London Stock Exchange. She's a trader.
Weird.
Where she's an assistant, and then she is like doing lots of research and ends up becoming a trader.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really, really good episode. I thought it was really smart and really well written. And
Skins, if you don't know, is this series on E4. It's a Britain show.
It's a Britain show.
British show. Mostly revolving around teenagers going through a lot of like weird teenage crap.
Girl stuff, boy stuff.
But everyone in Britain is crazy when they're teenagers, apparently, where they're just crazy party, alcohol, sex, drugs, everything, nonstop, and ultimately like a lot of shit happens, a lot of like emotional stuff. But
it's all on Netflix if you'd like to see it. But no, this is series 7, and it's like a wrapping up of everything. And a lot of people were upset that I saw people were just being like, hey, how is it that Effie didn't mention Freddy at all? How come she didn't mention, like, because they don't mention what happens to Freddy. There's a character in...
Moved on.
Well, yeah, it's like, it's just however many years later. It's not like she's going to be like, oh, my boyfriend from years ago. Oh, it's too bad about him.
Yeah. People move on, guys. You have to.
But yeah, no, it was a really good episode. And I recommend you should watch it as well.
Yeah, I'll have to go and find that. Because they're doing Effie, and then they're doing Cook is next, or is Cook going to be last?
I don't know who's next.
I have to imagine Cook is last.
No, I have to imagine Cassie is last. Because Cassie...
I guess technically, yeah, Effie is from more series, like 1, 2.
No, just because Cassie is the one that people want to know most about.
Why?
Because her storyline, without spoiling it, ends on a cliffhanger. In series 2, that's how they end series 2.
Oh,
people don't know what happens with that.
Right.
I assume that they're going to end Skins again on the same sort of cliffhanger.
Yeah, because again, it's like
they haven't said anything about whether Mike Bailey, who plays Sid, is coming back for that.
Yeah,
and I think that's what they're trying to keep under wraps.
Yeah.
I assume the whole thing will end
on
a similar thing, or just like tying that up where everybody will be like, "Oh, Cassie and Sid
gets hit by a bus."
But it's like I think the ratings for this were really successful, and
that's good.
The way they're doing it, it's like, although this would be a nice end to it, I could also see them like coming back maybe a year from now and doing like 3 more characters, doing Tony, doing somebody else.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of whether they could get Nicholas Hoult or something.
Doing these smaller sort of scaled things rather than having an entire series.
Well, this is like basically like 3 little movies.
Yeah.
If they're all 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it was really sort of laid back, the music, and it was really good. It ended with like a brand new Ellie Goulding song. I like Ellie Goulding. And it was like a brand new song.
And I have to imagine it still looks gorgeous.
Oh, prettier than anything they've done.
Yeah.
Because it's all in London as opposed to being in Bristol.
Yeah.
But they have all these aerial shots of like wherever they do the London Stock Exchange is like this big fucking. It looks like one of those fucking eggs.
The Tengu eggs.
No. It's got all. It looks like a diamond basically, like an egg-shaped diamond thing.
Yeah.
But there's all these aerial shots of that, and just very pretty episode. But I didn't know that it was going to be 2 parts, and I don't know that anybody did.
Yeah.
Watching it, because it was like. There was like 10 minutes left in the episode, and I'm sort of like going like, well,
nothing's really wrapped up.
Well, no, I was like, is it just going to end? And even when the episode ended, I was like, is that how they're going to end the episode? Because if they did end it the way they did,
ballsy.
Well, yeah, it was like it ended on like kind of like a cliffhanger where it didn't wrap everything up. It was like there was a big piece of like news sort of like given, like a big revelation.
Yeah.
And then it ended with something else, and I was like,
Effie has a child.
No, it's something again.
Effie is a boy.
No, it's something to do with Naomi, and it's like I can see why a lot of people are going to be upset.
Slizzes were sucked.
Well, and also they had the credits for at the beginning of the episode, and it said Catherine Prescott, who plays Emily.
Yeah.
And she wasn't in the episode. I was like, well,
next.
Well, it ended. I was like, well, she wasn't in this at all. So there is a part 2. They say like, oh, next time let's get back.
Next time on Skins.
And there was a movie that came out in 2011 called Submarine. This like really good British film, which I'd recommend to anybody. It's like very sort of Wes Anderson-y, like a quaint little like love story, like a really funny movie as well. But the lead guy from that movie is in this, and he's
Bill Murray in it?
Yeah.
Good. I'd watch it then.
No.
Oh, I'm not gonna watch it anymore.
But no, the lead guy from that, Craig Roberts, is in this, and he's a really good actor. Yeah, it's good. I recommend it to everybody.
I will have to watch it.
But if you've only seen, like, a lot of people watch the first 2 seasons of Skinned, and then they hear how bad 3 and 4 are, and then they don't watch those.
See, it's weird. I've watched 3 and 4, and I've watched, like, snippets of 1 and 2, but I never watched 1 and 2 through and through. And then I watched, like...
1 and 2, the characters are good, but it's like... If you watch the Series 7 stuff and then go back and watch Season 1, it'd be like night and day, because I just watched Season 1 again because it's on Netflix.
Well, it's so old now.
Yeah, and it's like, it's so much more mature and so much smarter, and it just keeps doing that. Like, they grow with time. They become better storytellers.
Yeah, that was the main reason it was hard for me to even watch 1 and 2, the parts I did, because I was so used to the pacing and storytelling of series 3 and 4 that going back to watch 1 and 2 just felt more juvenile.
Yeah, it is.
And I couldn't get into it as much because it's like, no, I want to see this progress. And then they did 5 and 6, and I didn't care for that.
Yeah, series 2 is really good, but again, it's like they didn't know how to sort of wrap up the stories where it was just like, oh, this happens. It's like, what? This happens. Oh, okay. And they take that as like dramatic. It's like when it takes turns you don't expect. It's like, well, and they do that again in series 3 and 4.
They do.
Where it's like, oh, but it's better. It's handled better.
I'm up in the woods.
Well, not that. But I'm saying
Smash.
I'm saying no, not that. I'm saying how series 2 ends. That it's very unexpected and it comes out of nowhere. But they do wrap up that series well. But
it's not even really called upon again in 3 and 4 of what happens at the end of 2. It's just like, eh.
Well, there's only an episode after.
Yeah.
But it's weird as well that Gen 3 and like 5 and 6 that they're not touching on that at all. They're not going to be doing anything else because the writing went so downhill. There are really, really good episodes in 5 and 6, especially 6.
Yeah.
But as a whole, it was like they didn't quite know what they were doing in terms of the arc. You didn't see any of 6.
Not 6. I watched some of 5, and then I couldn't stomach it anymore. I was like, I'm sick of these fucking people.
5,
I'm sick of these kids getting in trouble. Fucking get your life together.
Yeah, and it's weird how they changed the main character. Yeah, it's not as good, but 7, probably better than anything they've done. It'll be interesting to see how they wrap up Effie's thing.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'll have to go and watch all that. I'm more stoked for Cook. I feel like everyone is, obviously. But,
no.
What, no?
Everybody hates Cook.
Oh, yeah, everyone hates Cook.
Nobody likes Cook.
Why does nobody like Cook? I feel like of the people that I know that watch Skins, everyone loves Cook. And then everyone else just seems to hate him.
I know a lot of people just don't like that character.
That's so weird.
He's my favorite character, although I like Effie and Cassie as well. But people love Effie because she's like the main character almost.
She's a slut.
People love Cassie, but yeah, I'm very interested to see what they do with Cook. There's been no mention made to Cook as well in this, but it'll be interesting to see how that ties in.
If they all tie together, if their own like 3 separate stories, or we'll see.
Well, and as well, like they have Naomi and Emily in Effie's episode. If they have perhaps JJ or somebody else in Cook's.
Oh, JJ.
Yeah.
I feel bad for anyone listening to this, and they're like, "What the fuck is Skins?" All
people who are listening to this, and they're like, they don't know anything about Pokemon. They don't know anything about Last of Us. They're just like completely like, hey,
it's very surreal to them.
Play Pokemon for Skins. All of Skins is on Netflix. And the way I've recommended to a lot of people is that you don't need to watch 1 and 2 to understand 3 and 4.
I just didn't. It was
just
totally
start
fine.
with 3 and 4. I think it's a lot better. And then if you like 3 and 4, go back and watch 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think 1 and 2 is dated and it's kind of it's harder to get into.
Yeah.
Especially if you're our age and you're a guy, that I feel like it's easier as a guy to watch 3 and 4 because it's following the 3 Musketeers, Freddy, JJ, and Cook.
It's like, here are my bros, regardless of how old they are.
But series 1 is like not more girl oriented, but I think it's more suited, like their audience is more suited to
young
being
teen.
girls. Yeah. Young teen girls.
And it's like 3 and 4 still deals with young teens, but it feels those actors just, I don't know, there's more maturity going on. Even though the stuff that they're doing is still very juvenile. I
just think as a guy it's easier to get into like the it's
Freddy,
easier to follow follow
Freddy,
those characters.
JJ, Cook. It's just like, here are these fun guys. It's like the whole way that series starts is like, here's these guys fucking around.
Yeah, well, here are these 3 guys who want to get with this one girl. It's an easy sort of like arc to follow in Generation 2.
And then hold on to your hats, because boy, does it get crazy.
Yeah.
And that's Skins in general. So that's our synopsis on Skins and what we think about it. We'd like you to go watch it.
I'd heard about it I started watching in season 3 because I'd heard about how Skins and all this, and I'd watched the scene where Crystal Castles into it, and I was like, I love Crystal Castles, and they still weren't a huge band by then.
Yeah.
So I saw like a trailer for season 3 of Skins. I saw a trailer for on some website, and it was just like a recap of the first episode, basically, like the first episode of season 3. So I watched that. I was like, that looks good. I'll start watching that show.
I shall watch that.
But I start watching like season 1, season 2, and I don't see any of the characters from like the thing that I
You're
watched.
like,
Like,
"What
I was
are
watching
you
the
on
trailer,
about?"
and the trailer that the person that I was like drawn into was like, who's this character? Like Cook.
Yeah.
But I was watching it. I'm like, I didn't see that guy.
Is this Cook? Is this supposed to be a younger Cook?
Yeah, I was
Who
like,
is this?
That guy didn't show up during all of this. And then finally I get to season 3, and I wasn't aware of how they had structured it yet. 'Cause
Yeah.
they hadn't really like done that, and then that was the problem with the whole show. It became too formulaic. It became too much of like, okay, let's follow the mold that the first generation set off, and it's like you can't keep doing that. You gotta keep innovating.
But they didn't.
You gotta be like Mad Men. You gotta be like The Wire.
Shh, can you hear that? Can you hear that, everyone? Someone's dying out there. Someone's dying. It's weird. It's just noises. There's noises, and it's not that. It's like high-pitched thing. Can you not hear that?
No.
Oh, there's weird high-pitched
I
noises.
don't think anybody could hear
It's
that.
weird.
10 seconds of silence.
It's weird, man.
I don't know. Let's wrap this fucking thing up.
Too much skins.
Go watch The Wire. Don't watch Skins. The Wire, each season it gets better.
Go watch Friday Night Heights.
I actually watched an episode of The Hour on Netflix, and The Hour stars McNulty from The Wire, and that was very good.
Go watch The News Corp.
The Hour was very good. British drama about the news.
Go watch Happy Beginnings.
Watch Luther. It also that stars Stringer Bell from The Wire. Watch a little bit of that on Netflix. Just get Netflix.
American one, though, not Canadian.
British Netflix. Oh! Do you know what the British Netflix is called?
Netflix.
Love Film.
Oh, I'm sold. What are you on about?
God damn it, Ellie.
What are you doing, Alex? Alex, what are you doing? Stop. Stop it.
What is that awful music?
Is it not stopping? Is it not stopping?